I have a big announcement to make. You guys ready for this? Gonna blow your mind. It's fixed. Huh? How about that one? I officially am not gaming or streaming on Wi-Fi. I thought you were gonna tell me someone bought Bungie or something. No, that would never happen.
This was shot in front of a live studio audience at twitch.tv/Sweatcicle.
Wait till you see the TV I bought, bro. I did end up buying a couch thing. I tried that Love Sack. Worst $5,000 couch I've ever sat on. It's a little naked because I ripped out shelves. As you can see, there's no paint. I don't know where to put these consoles yet. I have nowhere to put them. Where would you put a 75-inch TV in there? Or do you realize how long this room is? All right, chat, you guys hold this end, okay? You guys hold this one. This is not gonna be accurate, but you know, it is what it is. Roughly about like 25 or 26 feet. Okay, so the part I guess I'm confused about, is it a partnership or do they legally own Bungie? They own them, so they legally bought them for $3.6 billion. Because they didn't say that on the Bungie.net article. They just did like some PR thing and it was kind of lame. You buy Bungie for $3.6 billion, but they still have the rights to do whatever they want with the game. That doesn't make any sense. Like if I was Sony and I'm buying Bungie, I would definitely want control in how the game operates. So this is something that they've been working on behind the scenes for a while and haven't said anything. That's why they've been hiring so much, and we've talked about that over and over and over again. This is where I was a little confused. We remain in charge of our destiny, which again, being acquired and given full permission to operate on their own is a little weird. We continue to independently publish and creatively develop our games. What makes me believe the reason behind this deal is Sony really wants to get their name behind whatever that Matter project is that we've been getting blueballed for 3 years is. This could be good, this could be bad. On the good side, Bungie's getting a ton of money. Bigger DLCs, more content, better quality content. I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I'm not gonna jump the gun on that one because until they can prove that to us, I'm not going to assume. The most immediate change you'll see is an acceleration in hiring talent across the entire studio to support our ambitious vision.
I want to be very clear to the community that Bungie will remain an independent and multi-platform studio and publisher. As such, we believe it makes sense for it to sit alongside the PlayStation Studios organization. And we are incredibly excited about the opportunities for synergies and collaboration between these two world-class groups.
What does that mean,
I have spent a lot of time
collaboration?
with Pete Parsons,
What does that
Jason
mean?
Jones, and the Bungie management team to develop the right
Bungie.
relationships where they will be fully backed and supported by Sony Interactive Entertainment and enabled to do what they do best, build incredible worlds that
TV
captivate
shows?
millions of people. Bungie's
Okay.
world-class expertise in multi-platform development and live game services will help us deliver on our vision of expanding PlayStation to hundreds of millions of gamers. Bungie is a great innovator and has developed incredible proprietary tools that will help PlayStation Studios achieve new heights under Herman Hull's leadership. Here are a few words from Herman about this exciting acquisition and what it means for gamers.
Yeah, and then just PR stuff, blah, blah, blah. I don't understand. What's in it for Sony? Just a percentage of rev share? Is that it? Because I legitimately don't understand where they're winning in the business. That seems kind of stupid, but then again, I don't run a multi-billion-dollar business. So maybe it's different. Unless they really think they can scale Destiny, the rights for TV shows and movies, they would have to do some astronomical stuff for any TV show. I could see TV shows maybe being popular for Destiny, but they would have to go way out of their way to do that. Yeah, one other thing I will say is it is kind of a kick in the balls because obviously Bungie and Microsoft used to be you know, that whole situation with Halo. They just got done putting Halo items in Destiny as kind of a tribute thing, as behind the scenes they knew they were going to partner with Sony. That is a huge kick in the balls to Microsoft. Like that's basically just ripping the whole testes off at this point. I swear to God, I literally said it probably like 4 to 6 months ago that they could partner with Microsoft
Obviously Sony's an option too, and still operate independently and do really well as long as they have the funding, which is what's happening right now as far as I understand. I just didn't see this coming because they just got done splitting from Activision. Okay, so they have a player base that's technically going up because they have an influx of new players. Their hardcore fans has kind of been slightly declining, but at the same time, their revenue, like, dude, they're at all-time highs as far as revenues go with like Eververse and stuff. As far as I understand, there's no way they're not. Like, they're killing the microtransactions, and I definitely think like Eververse outpaces any of their DLC sales in terms of profit margins. I could be wrong, but the way that they've explained things with, especially like the Whisper of the Worm, or whatever skin funded Whisper of the Worm or Outbreak, it's like, dude, think about that on a bigger scale. With all the new items that they have now and them actually making better items that people are buying, their revenue is more like this, dude. At the end of the day, all that really matters to me is that the quality of content. Beginning of Destiny 2 was like this. It started off flat. Curse of Osiris, Warmind, Forsaken, Shadowkeep, Beyond Light. This is like where we're at right now. Witch Queen, again, assuming it's gonna go up, but with more money, hopefully is able to scale this tenfold. The problem is this company has never struggled with bringing in new players. The problem they've always had is keeping those players around. You have your quality of content up here, cash spent retaining players, if you want to put it that way. I don't know if that's the best way to put it. Usually you can kind of focus on two of these things at a time. So the quality of content takes a long period of time, which means more money spent. And the longer that you wait, your returning player base is going to go down. And if your returning players is going down, that means you have less money coming in the door. And the less money you have coming in the door, you're less incentivized to focus on your quality of content rather than just pushing out the door. So finding the balance where the triangle is actually equal in the middle and the system is working interactively together to get a good product, I feel like that's what they've been trying to figure out for the past 3 years. They won't tell you that, because I don't even know if they probably understand that, but the people that do understand it in the company or care about talking about it don't want to say it publicly. What are all these people doing on patrol? Dude, there's no shot. Stadia's 1%. I cannot, honestly, I thought Steam would be lower than Xbox. This is really surprising. Is this is the past 3 hours though. Can I find, is there a bigger time frame that I can look at? I mean, even just taking these numbers, again, them partnering with Sony is the best thing they could do because the majority of their players are on PlayStation. In an ideal scenario, as long as the business works out behind the scenes, I just want Sony pumping money into Destiny 2. If we start to see exclusives on PlayStation, or we start seeing, you know, that kind of stuff, there's going to be a talk to be had and people are going to start getting flamed. Because they will be going back on their word at that point. Because they said that they weren't going to do that anymore. Like, they bought them for $3.6 billion. Of the money that Sony is going to pump in to Bungie, how much of it is going to the new game and how much of it is going to Destiny? I'm almost curious, like, how long have they been planning to buy them for? This had to have been going on for like a year. Has Sony already put forth funding and manpower into the Witch Queen workforce or the following seasons? Because I guarantee you at this point, they're already working probably like 1 to 2 seasons ahead. Like, Witch Queen is pretty much probably ready to launch. They're just polishing it up. So if that is the case and they've been pumping money into Bungie, we should see that Sony influence in this DLC. And if we have to wait until Lightfall to see that, that's going to be a kind of a boner killer, I'm not going to lie. There's no way they partner with Sony for $3.6 billion bought and don't produce something that is Forsaken or Forsaken Plus size, whether it's Witch Queen or Lightfall. 100%, if it doesn't happen in Lightfall, there's going to be some very harsh criticism. And especially with all the funding and manpower that they're going to be able to put in. Your main cash flow is the people that come back every single time. Every single time. I've been here for coming up on 8 years. In July, I will have been playing Destiny for 8 years. Put a 1 in chat if you've been playing for like 6, 7, or 8 years. Flesh, unfortunately, that's just how, that's never gonna disappear. What is the drip feed? That's the word I'm looking for. That's never gonna go away. The part that we need is, we need bigger chunks of drip feed at a time. We need an initial burst of juicy, delicious burger with pepper jack cheese and bacon and a fried egg. And then we need consistent flow after that. We can't have just one or the other. Bungie, okay, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys, and this isn't meant to be an insult. This is just cold hard facts. I feel like a lot of the big statements that Bungie makes, they go back on a couple years later and change their mind about it. We like the FOMO stuff. We don't like the FOMO stuff. We're back to FOMO. We can't do Forsaken size stuff. This thing is 2 times the size of Forsaken. At the beginning of D2, we're never gonna bring Galahorn back. Guys, look, Galahorn's back! Buy our DLC, $35! YouTube, come check us out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Sweatcicle. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Make sure to sub on the way out!